Hello awesome people, welcome to Paasolo creation video tutorial. In this video we are going to learn how to design a funeral poster in Adobe Photoshop. So this is going to be a 1 week celebration. My name is Solomon, and if you guys want to see more videos from me, please subscribe to the channel, smash the bell icon so that if I put up a new video you will get notified. A subscriber of my channel asked me to do this video, so that is the reason why today we are going to work through this. So I'll go to print, and definitely we are going to print this, so we will print it as A3. So I'll choose A3, and then at the orientation I want to maintain the portrait, and then I'll click on create. So basically we will start by developing our background for the poster. So first of all, I would like to bring in these images, and please, I will leave all the images or the resources that I will use in the description below for you guys to download. And if any of you want the PSD file, please, the PSD file is not for free. I saw them, so I will leave a link in the description below if you want to buy the PSD file to support the channel, mainly to support the channel. I'll be grateful. So if you want to help the channel financially, you can just go and purchase one of the PSD file that I have placed there for you guys to buy, so that we can all help the channel to grow. So first of all, if your screen is looking different from mine, you can go to Window, Workspace, and choose Reset Essentials. And when you reset Essential, this is what you are going to get. And I would like to place my adjustments, my properties at this place, so that I'm going to have enough room for the layer panel, which I use a lot. So first of all, I'll turn off the visibility for this, and then I will position this image somewhere here. And from here, I will reduce the opacity to maybe 20%. So something like this is okay. Then I'll turn on this one, and I'll move it above the image that we had already. Then this one too, I'll reduce the size. Then I'll position it somewhere here. And this one too, I'm going to reduce the opacity to maybe 30%. And then I will add a mask to that. So I want to blend this area with the background. So I will pick up my brush tool, shortcut is B. And if you want to know the keys that I am hitting, you look at this place and you are going to find the keys that I am hitting. So I'm using the square bracket on the keyboard to increase and decrease the size. Then you see that this is a hard brush, so I don't want a hard brush. I'll right click and I will choose a soft round brush at the general brushes. All right. So I'll just blend this place in like this. Okay, then I can increase the size. So from here, we are going to use this one as the background, and I can group this and name it maybe BG as background. Then I can lock this, and from here I will add my image. So here is my picture. And if you guys find it very difficult using the pen tool, I have some videos coming up mainly on cropping or selecting around images, so you guys should wait for that. I will leave the link in the description below, so you can come back later and check the description below to see that whether that video is being dropped or not. So I'll show you how to retouch this image. This was a very bad image, but I did my best to bring it to life. So from here, I'll add my image just like this. And I have also typed all my text that I will need. So maybe I need this. So I'll just copy, Control C, then I'll pick up my text tool. Shortcut is T on the keyboard. Then I'll paste that. And I think I'm going to use this font, modern number 2. So I can just copy that. And if you can't find the character panel, go to Window, then search for character, and we are going to have it. So I will change this one to Modern Barbara, Then I'm going to get that, and I want to turn this one into caps, so I just click on this and I'm going to get this. So this is what I want exactly. Then I think I made this one red, and I apply a stroke to it using a white stroke. So let me maintain the size, maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 is okay. Then let me increase the size to maybe 30 and reduce the spacing to maybe 30 or so, and maintain something like this. Then I'll pick up my rectangular tool. I'm going to draw a straight rectangle, a straight line using the rectangular tool. Then I'm going to give it a fill of black. So you can also change the color at the top here. So you can just come here and select the color, or you can also double click on here on the thumbnail of the layer to change the color. And if you see that this one is too big, you can zoom in and you can reduce the size just like that. Then I'm going to add this of the light, and I'll change this one to black. Then also I'll reduce the size to maybe 20, and let me select all of them. So when I select all of them, I'll get the alignment option at the top. Then I'll align that, and I'm going to keep it somewhere here. All right, then from here I'll go to my resources and I'll bring in this frame. So I will leave all of this in the description below, or if you just want to purchase the PSD file, that one too will be available. You can purchase it, I think $4 to $5. So from here, what I'm going to do is that you see that there is nothing at the back here, so I'm going to pick up my pen tool. Then I'll make selections. So I'll first of all click here 1, click here 2, then I'll make a point at the middle, and I'll use my arrow keys on the keyboard to move it up. All right, so let me position it well. Okay, so from here I'll do the same thing. I'll select the points, then I can also hold down the control or command on the Mac, and I can just drag this one up, and I can end the point. Then from here I'll click on the shape tool to make a shape, and I'll drag it beneath the frame so that the frame is going to cover it. Then from here I'll select this. Then from here I'll select the shape 1, and then I'll go and pick this image and use it as a small image. Then I'll reduce the size of it. Then I'm going to use the transform key to reduce the size or increase the size, just like this. And I will right click and create a clipping mask. So it is going to stick to the shape that we drew. And also I can boost the colors by going to image adjustment, and let me adjust the brightness. And I can also toggle with the levels and the curves and so on and so forth. So you see that there is less black in this, so I'll drag this slider here to add more blacks to the image. So this is before, after. So I'll select all of these, and I'm going to click on the link layers to link all the layers together. And I can also hide a portion of the smart filter. So I'm having the smart filter because I haven't rasterized this layer. And if you have it this way, you can also go back and adjust the layers. So for me to get this one as simple, I can group this and maybe name it as frame. And I'm going to have it all in one like this. Okay, so from here I'm going to add some shapes to make this poster interesting. So I will use my pen tool on the keyboard, and I'll start to draw a shape, and I can hold down the Alt or Option on the Mac. I can hold the edges of the point to control how I want it. Then I'm going to close down the shape. So let me reduce the size or the length of this point, and let me draw it the way I want it. So something like this is okay. Then I'll click on the shape. So it's going to make a shape for me. Then I can open this place, and let me change this color to red. Okay, and I want to make this place, and I want to open up this one a bit, so I can pick up my direct selection tool, and I can just double click on it and increase the size of that. Okay, so something like this is okay. Then I want to rotate it a bit, something like this, and then I'm going to make a duplicate. So I'll hold down the Alt or Option on the Mac, then I'll drag it down to make a copy for me. Then I'll rotate this to my liking, something like this is okay. So let me try to match the edge. All right, so I will change the color of this by making sample from here. So I want to make a sample color from here, something like this is okay. Then I'll add a new layer, and I'll pick up my rectangle tool. Then I'm going to draw a rectangle around this place, and I'll change the color to yellow. Then I'll move this one all the way down behind the image, but not behind the background. So I'm going to get something like this. Then also I'm going to blend this image. So I'll add a mask to this image. Then I'll take up my brush tool. Shortcut is B, and I'm going to blend this in just like this. So let me move this one up a bit, and let me move this one also up. So I will also link this together, and let me move this one also up a bit like this. Okay, so from here, let me change the color. I don't see this one as interesting, so let me pick an interesting color. So I just went through the colors to pick something that fits the design. So the colors I'm using is more of the colors in the attire. So you can also gauge a color from the shirt or something that a person is wearing to add to your designs. Then from here, I'm going to add a shape at the down here, simple one. Then I will give it this same color and move it down. Okay, then I'm going to select the background, and let me unlock this by clicking on the lock, and let me select the last one, and now I want to drag this one inside. Then I'm going to lock it again. Then I think I use this image. So from here, I will select the background layer, and I'll pick this background that I used. Then I'll drag this one all the way down, and I can increase the size of it. All right, then let me reduce the opacity to maybe 20%. Okay, let me maintain 30. So something like this is okay for this, and I can lock this one, or I can add it to the background layers. Then I wish to increase the size of the 1 week, and let me position it somewhere here. So from here, I'm going to add the name of the person. So with the name, I have already typed all of them here. So the name is Openi. Then let me pick up my pen to paste that. Then I will change the color to white, and I already have a font that I want to use, Best Life. Then I'll change this one to uppercase, then I'll increase the size also here. So this is what I'm going to get at the end. Then also I'm going to pick up my next text, that is the name. So I'll paste the name also, and with the name I'm going to change the font to, so this is the font that I'm going to use, Work Sans, and then I will maintain a size like 90 to get it big as I want it. So I'll choose Work Sans black, so the black one, the last one, I'll choose that. And if you want, you can download this font and use for free. Then with the space now, we'll maintain like 50, and I'll leave the alignment at center. Then I can position this image somewhere here. Then from here I'm going to add or apply a text effect to this. So with a text effect, I'll go to FX, then I think I apply a gradient text, and with a gradient text I'm going to choose something like black and white. So I will select this place as all red, deep like this, and then I will select black here. All right, then I will change the style to reflected, and I will change the angle to maybe 0, and I'm going to get this nice looking, and I'll add a stroke to it. Then the stroke, I want to increase the size, so let me open the stroke properties so I can increase the size of it. So you see how it looks very amazing and cool. So I'll bring this one above the main name, so it's going to be something like this, opening prosper something something. Then from here I'll add the other details, but also I'm going to add the age also here. So let me add these details before that. Okay, let me add the AKA also first. So let me increase this small, so we have something to add also. So I'll pick up the AKA and pick up my text tool. Then I'll just paste that one in. Then I'll reduce the size, and I'm going to maintain white. So let me reduce the size more. 30 is okay. So that one too, I use the Work Sans black for that, and then I can align these two texts. Okay, then from here, then I'll add the day, the time of the 1 week. So I'll just select that and paste all of them in, and that one too, I will use the Work Sans. Let me maintain 40 as size, and I'll drag this one all the way inside, and I will change the color to black. Then I want all of them in caps, so I'll select all caps. Then I will change the color of the date, venue, and also the time. Then from here I'll add this: all friends and sympathizers are cordially invited. So I'll add that. Let me use this text and reduce the size of the font. Okay, so this one you can choose black, you can choose white, any of them that works fine for you. So I think this one will work perfect with white, so let me select white. Okay, it did. Then let's see how we are going to add the age. So with the age, I'll pick up my rectangle tool, then I'll draw a rectangle, simple one. Okay, then I'll change the color to red, but with the red I want a deep one. Okay, something like this is okay. Then with this, I'm going to duplicate the layer. I'll make that one small, Click on enter to accept changes. Then I'll change the color to a lighter red. Okay, and I'm going to make the stroke of this one as white, so I'll select the stroke and let me increase the size to maybe 4. 4 is small, so let me choose like 8. Okay, so something like this is okay. And I'm going to add my text. So my text, I'm going to add the 63, and let me change this one to bold again, and let me increase the size. Then I will type in the age. So I think this one is all caps, so I'll select no caps, and I'll use my best life font for this. Then I'll increase the size. So this is how simple you can create a 1-week celebration poster. So let's try to use this piece of information to create a banner. For the banner, it is going to be big, so I'm going to choose a size like 5 by 4 feet. So 5 feet in inches is 60. So I want the height as the 5 feet and the width as 4 feet. And 4 feet I think is 48 inches. And this one I will change the resolution to 72. I will use 72 resolution, and the reason is simple. When your work is small, you want to maintain a large resolution so that you can bring everything in the image or in the poster visible. But when it is large, you don't have to use a large amount of resolution, because that one too is going to make your work heavy. So when your work is large, you use lower resolution like 72. And when your work is very small, then you use 300. When it is very small, maybe you can go more than the 300. But 300 is for a lower size of printout, and 72 or a lower resolution is for something that is very big. So a 4 by 5 feet is very big, and we want to use 72 resolution. Then click on create. So with this one, we are not going to create as many as we did here. We are just going to pick up the images and stuff and bring it here. So I'm going to unlock these things that I logged it earlier. So I'll just select this, and I will deselect what I don't want, and I'll move all of them here. Then I'll increase the size of this one, okay, to fit the canvas. Then I'll change this one from 1 week celebration to in loving memory of the late, then the name comes. So this is what we are going to use. So the difference between the banner and the poster is that the poster contains the date and stuff, but the banner doesn't contain those. Then I'll increase the size of the name also. So Ctrl T for free transform. Then I'll make it as large as I can. Then also let me try to make this one look like it is sitting down, so I'll add a shadow to that. So let me select a layer before this one. So let me add a new layer, and I'm going to use my pen tool to draw a shape. So I'm going to draw just a random shape, something like this. Then I'll close the shape, and I'll create a shape, and then I'll change the color to black. Then I'll right click and rasterize this image. Then I'll go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur, and I'm going to blur this one out. So a blur of, let's say 22 will be fine. Then I'll move it up like this. Then I'll reduce the opacity to maybe 50. 50 is too large, so let me maintain like 70, 80. Okay, 80 is okay for this. So this is how you create a funeral poster and a banner in Adobe Photoshop. So in the next video, we are going to look at how to design an invitation card, a call to glory. Then later we will add design that we can put on mug, handkerchief, then a funeral design for t-shirt, and lastly we will add a brochure. Like when you go to funeral, we have this book that they use and that contain the tribute and stuff. So we are going to do all of this on this channel. So if you are interested, please make sure you leave a comment and also tell me how you are enjoying this channel. Please, before you leave, make sure you give this video a thumbs, subscribe to support this channel, and also purchase the PSD files that we are selling, so that we are going to keep updating you with more and more information. All right, see you in the next video. We love you.